Good morning. Last night was great. They promised a thunderstorm and it rained most all of the night long, and the rain was hard and there was some lightning and there was some thunder. It was wonderful. But now look, wait, where is it? Hold on, gotta go this way. Somewhere there's blue sky. I know there is, I just saw it. See if you can see blue sky. I don't know. I'm on my way to I-29RV to look at the momentum that I'm seriously considering purchasing. Join me as I examine, learn about, and purchase a new, to me, momentum fifth wheel. And perhaps you will learn a lot too, because Josh, the guy who took me through my walkthrough, gave me the best walkthrough I've ever had in an RV. And this is not my first, second, or third rodeo of RVs. So ride along with us. Why do I keep saying that? And maybe you'll learn something new. I most certainly did. Okay, I'm squinting because the sun's in my eyes. I'm here at an RV center in T, South Dakota, because I'm going to look at a used momentum, because I'm thinking I might need a bigger RV. Okay, here's my future momentum. I got to stick with the grand design, but I'm switching vehicles. Look how big and pretty she is. And check out her butt. That butt comes down and makes a patio. I am back at Lowe's with a list, and I'm going to take you with me to show you what I have to buy as I plan to trade in my beautiful reflection that needs a little bit of cleanup inside for a new momentum toy hauler, because the dogs and I and the cat need extra space. Ooh, I like that. Look. Oh, fall and Halloween have already started. But really, it's not that long. Ooh, oh, no, stay away. Ooh, look at all that. Okay. Focus, Cindy. Focus. Okay. Now I gotta pack up all of my stuff. And the people at the other RV place are going to move it over for me, they say. So I gotta get me the supplies. I'm gonna get some mediums and some smalls from experience with handles, and then start packing. Okay, the bedroom is pretty much packed up, except for the clothes. Whoa. Which will just go straight over as hanging clothes, and the washer and dryer, of course. And then here we have more stuff. Even though I watched a video about buying a used RV, I still kind of went into this and went, ooh, this is really pretty and nice, and oh, look at all the extra room, etc., etc., without really paying attention to details. So I basically sold myself on this, just walking in and seeing what a nice job the original owners had done in keeping it really nice and clean and new and pretty. I will definitely need a step stool to get to a lot of storage places, because there are things that are pretty high, like up there, and everything above the sink is also pretty high up. So maybe the bottom part is reachable, but the top part, I'm not that tall. They got the sofa or the couch thing off of the rails, so that's cool. And then here's the bed for a guest. I like that this island, or no, peninsula, pulls out and you can put stuff underneath, so that's good. And there's a cutting board on top. Probably won't use it as a cutting board, I'll use it as a tops. The drawers are really tiny, so that's going to be a little of an issue. I think I'm losing indoor space here in order to get more outdoor space there, which makes sense. I've been packing. I took 8 boxes, small boxes, over to the RV place, and they put them in the back of the toy hauler. I have some boxes still ready to go. Here we go. Whoops, let's just do it that way. And a bunch in the bedroom. So today I'll probably pack some more boxes, do a little more touch up of what's not perfect. And I just watched a really good video about buying a used RV. So I'm also going to talk to the RV place and say, you know what, I need to come back and I need to go through it again just to make sure there are no surprises now that I watched that video. And I will somehow put in the name of the video, the YouTube that I watched it on, because it was interesting. I think it was a RV Geek or something like that. I will find out. And I got my 5 things I have to look for. I don't think there'll be any big problems in the RV I'm getting because it's only 2 years old. It really looks good on the outside, but I do need to do, I didn't open all the cabinet doors and all the doors down under. So I will definitely be doing that. As usual, I screwed up my mic. I left it on, so I have no batteries in it, but just got here to I-29 RV, and they're going to be taking care of my truck and my RV, and I'm going to go inside and walk through the new one, and I will videotape because I need to. I am so tired. I must have burned 5,000 calories today. Not that it's going to make a difference. It's a toy hauler with the back end open, and it will be mine. And those boxes are mine.
Of the LCI system. So to wake this up, you're going to push both buttons. That green light's going to light up for you. So after it wakes up, these would be up and down for the front jacks. Auto level, which will do your whole feature, all your legs.
Right when you get there, yeah.
Yep, and then when you're ready to leave, you're going to hit hitch height.
Right. And
that's going to bring up that rear landing gear and go back to right where it remembers you unloaded it at. The retract all buttons for a few different features. So one of those features would be is if you're locked onto your plate on your truck and it's all locked and loaded, you can hit retract and that'll bring the front.
Goes okay.
Yep. The other reason why you'd ever hit retract all is if this thing's flashing red, it could mean a few different things. It could mean low voltage. It could mean that it wants you to go into the LCI screen inside and hit OK for acknowledgement, which means it thinks someone's out here trying to move your stuff, and it's been sitting here a while and it knows that. The other reason would be is if this thing won't go clear or won't go back to green, retract all would clear out all the codes, and you would want to make sure your truck's out from underneath it and all your stuff, because it's going to go clear almost down to the ground to clear all the faults out.
Wow, so that's just, and I wouldn't do that very often, I would think. That's the idea is scary.
Yep, hopefully you wouldn't have to, but sometimes you might have to. So,
all right.
You know, you could always do that retract all on the truck as well, hooked up. But you would have to worry about getting underneath it with the rear legs down.
Yeah, so when it retracts all, the back part would sit on the wheels, this bottom part would just go down.
You would only have about 10 inches underneath the front end. It looks scary, but I've had to do it multiple times. So after you do a retract all, then you would hit the front leg and start bringing it back up.
Okay, and that only powers the front legs?
Yep.
Okay, and the back legs work with the auto level?
Auto level. Now you can go into your touch screen and you can run the legs down manually. You can go to manual mode and run them down that way.
104%.
So you got almost double the tanks of what you got now.
And fresh. And I know it said somewhere on the, when I went online, it said that the fresh was 157 gallons.
That's what I thought too. And whatever you match that puzzle to.
Yeah.
So, I mean, for the most part, you're probably going to be on city water if you're full timing. So matching that chart right there.
Yep.
And then if power fill, that's going to power fill your fresh water tank. And then you would jump over to dry camping to create a suction off that tank so your water pump would work.
And then I'd put the water. And is there a water pump button here?
There is
just
a water pump button here.
There.
And then there's obviously a water pump button inside.
Okay.
Black tank, so you know what that's about. That's going to sanitize your black tank. Your poles are right here. That's going to go straight to your hydrant. You want to make sure you're running a water pressure regulator on the system. and then auxiliary tank.
So that auxiliary, does that mean it's a different tank or a different way?
Typically when they put auxiliary, it's a separate tank.
Huh.
So, I mean, that's what I would think. I would think that you could fill your tank with this on power filling it, and then this would fill your secondary tank, because auxiliary means second. Typically,
maybe that's kind of what he means over here with the freshwater 105 and auxiliary, which is also fresh.
Yep. So you roughly got 150. I'm guessing instead of having one monster tank like a lot of our newer campers do, they got a small tank. So the fresh water you're gonna power fill from here. And go to power fill, and then auxiliary is gonna fill from here.
Put a hose and you fill in there. And how do you use the auxiliary?
It should, by rights, it should just, as long as you're on dry camp, it should create a suction
up into there. Okay.
Yep.
Good. Good to know. Okay, I got
Any other thing in there
That's
that you
for the
think
cable.
of? You would just take your little filter wrench here.
Oh yeah, I know.
Take that out. Yep.
And then just, it's gone. Okay, works for me.
This guy here is obviously your drain system. So you got one back here.
I can see the front one.
Yep.
Okay.
So there's those are going to be your low points for like all your faucets. So so when you open those, like if you hook your hydrant up right now, if these are not closed, now they're open. So that's going to let all the water from all your faucets, anything. So if you get into that cold night where you're kind of questioning everything, probably drain that water heater and open those, and then you might get away with not winterizing it because you're keeping everything heated. This is all heated in here as well. But yeah, that's gonna let all that. I tell people it's good to drain those every once in a great while if you're in it full time, just to get rid of some of that old water out of it.
They're taking the tires. Well, they took the tires off, and now they're going to put the new tires on. It's not glass doors. It looks like it's some kind of plastic slash screen type doors. And then the lower part here is the part that comes around and makes the fence over the bottom of the patio. These are the tires on the passenger side, or whatever. They're not tires, obviously. The wheel things. Okay, you know I wasn't going to get on my hands and knees, Fifi or no Fifi, and climb under there. So what I did was I took my phone on my selfie stick, and that's why the videos are kind of jerky, but I put them underneath so that I could really see what was going on. I didn't see any rust. I didn't see any things that looked bad. Nothing was really falling apart underneath. Everything looked hooked together. It was dirty. I mean, you know, it was 2 years old and people have been using it, but it didn't look like there was any serious problem underneath that I needed to worry about. So the selfie stick worked really well. And this has something to, this is the suspension. What I'm going to do next time is I'm going to figure out how to do it on a longer stick and shoot it onto the roof.
On my camper, little screen cover. They're super nice. It keeps those bugs from packing in there. People are like, well, it'll still fire, and if it does, I've seen it where it's sooted up the whole side of the camper. So
okay, we don't want that. Yeah, I want to get I talked to about that.
They want you to treat these with seal conditioner.
Okay.
Every 90 days.
Like, really?
Yep.
Like 303?
So 303 makes some. Camco, we got some Camco products. As long as you're treating them with seal conditioner, I usually scrub them down with a car brush, get them clean, and then apply the application to spray it on there, let it foam up, and then rinse it off. It'll keep them pliable, keep them shiny, it'll keep them from drying out. This is a really big job to change these seals out. You're talking, I can set you back $4 or $5 grand.
Yeah, okay, that's crazy.
Backside of your freezer, I like to take this panel off once a season and take a shop vac or leaf blower, get all that stuff out of there, keep it nice and clean in there.
Good. Fresh water trap.
This is
and that will
your potable water. Yep, drinking fresh water.
To drain the whole tank of it thing. But I'm going for the electric bike. We're just going simple.
Okay. Well, all your fuel's in here, so you could carry extra fuel if you needed. Obviously, you probably got a diesel.
Well, they said that one of them was
For the gin.
Okay, the front one is for the generator. Okay.
Yep, one's for the gin, one's for just your cargo.
Okay.
Yep. So you got a 5-minute timer, and then your exterior gauge. So you pretty much got nothing in it. Yep.
Okay, the selector valve is the same kind of thing. You flip it one way for one tank and one way for the other tank.
Correct.
And then it's got the little.
Yep, the little switcher. Shoot. This guy here is best in the business.
We had one of these in the Newmar.
So, if you don't start this probably every 2 to 3 weeks, my best suggestion to you is loosening this screw. You could put a little hose on here, but typically I put yay much into a pop bottle because you lose kind of that gas, that potency, because the tanks are clear back there. So you got 25, 30 foot of this little hose here. And if you're not starting it on a regular, that gas just is not enough to fire. And so what happens is you typically start backfiring, or you start overwashing, loading the system down with fuel. So my best suggestion is, if you haven't started for probably 3 to 4 weeks, before you even try to start it, loosen this screw. That's going to open this, and that's going to let. And then I hold that prime button until this lights up.
Okay.
And I'll fill yay much into a pop bottle, plastic pop bottle.
Okay.
Then I'll tighten this back up and prime this bowl back up again, and it should fire first, if not the second.
Okay.
Circuit breakers. So a lot of people like to leave these off,
that's the
and then if
generator.
they're going to use the gin, they turn
And
them
some
on.
batteries.
So it'll power up your
And some
VCs
kind
and all
of.
that.
Oh, okay. Hydraulic.
Typically 50 hours on the initial break-in on the oil, 100 on the second, and 150 from then on out on the oil changes.
So is it?
10W30. This guy will hold about 4.5 quarts.
Wow.
And
how do I get the oil out?
Oil right here. You're gonna open this, and it's gonna drain right out here.
Okay.
So put your pan here. Oil fills right there. Other than that, there's a little altitude adjustment. You start getting out Colorado, somewhere kind of high hills. You might want to, if it's leaning out a little bit, you might want to turn it just a little. But for the most part, leave it around 0. I haven't never really had to adjust it too much, but this will tell you kind of what they recommend. So 1540, 0 to 80. I always put
1030.
I always put 1030 in all mine, just because I know when they need to be running them, they don't always anyway. But 1030 is all around, and kind of the viscosity in this area is good for that.
So this is the water heater.
This is a water heater. This is your check valve. So before you ever try to remove your plug, which is a magnesium rod, about yay long, you always want to open this guy here and release the pressure off the system. If not, it'll shoot out at you. It won't hurt you, but it'll scare you. So that would be your plug and drain system.
Drain it out.
And then your on and off switch for your electric is located right there.
Oh, okay.
And then for some reason, say your element wasn't heating, this is the reset for your 120 volt. So it'll heat this element up. Doubt you'd ever have to do it, but that's just letting you know what that is.
No, I'm glad, because I don't know what these things are that are hidden.
Yeah.
And even though I probably won't be doing anything with them, I like to know what it is.
You want to, knowledge is power, so. Okay, so we're going to turn this on. This is the One Control System by LCI. You should, this is new enough. You really wanted to, you can download this app. And that pass-through, there's going to be a little box in there. I had to crawl into one earlier. There's a password on it, but there's a Q code, so you could scan it, put the password in off of that, and then you can have this on your phone.
Oh, I love that. Okay.
So, so generator, you can start all that here as well as outside. So I'm holding this, it's gonna prime it.
Oh.
And then.
I was wondering if I had to go outside, and I just assumed I did, but oh my God.
So it should, after I hit it,
oh, I hear it. Oh, that's
fired right up.
Yeah. just want to leave it on for a little while?
Yeah, we can. And then let's just kick over here to this. Let's kick some air on in here. So let's do auto. Cool.
Yeah, I hate that heat cool because it's like as soon as it gets to one temperature, it starts doing something else.
Yep. So this should kick on for us. We're gonna.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, and that was a nice, gentle start.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. No, you're getting what you're paying for here, so I get it. We're gonna go back. So this is all your climate and the HVAC system. Slides, like I said, these guys here, I want to say these are all electric driven, all your slides. So you got a Schwinn up here and then driver system down here.
And so when it said slides, there were just controls for two. So
yep, so
the downstairs ones, they go by themselves. They
yep,
go together.
Go together and the bed's on its own.
Okay, got it. Oops.
Your monitoring system, so it says that your tanks have a little bit. I doubt they do. If it is, it's just water. Well, we can drain those out for you.
Yeah, that one
So this guy here, water pump, tank heater system. So all your tanks have heat strips underneath them. So you can make it.
If it's cold.
You can make it a long time in this camper. I know a guy in our campground. He made it almost the entire season. Besides when it got down into those negative like 20s.
Uh-huh.
So obviously not a lot of people are staying on that same spot. And staying in negative 20 weather. Gas and electric for your water heater system's all going to be right in here.
Wow. Uh-huh.
So don't be afraid to do a little exploring in here.
Trust me. Well, I love buttons.
You can do the leveling system. So if you ever have any issues and you call me, this is where we're going to be into this screen.
Okay.
If that light ever flashes out there red and you know your batteries are getting charged, going into this screen, it might say OK, hit OK for acknowledgement. And what that's going to do is it's going to just say, hey, I know you're the one out there trying to run that system.
Okay, that's right.
Yep. So, and then obviously if you did auto level and you didn't like it, you could go down here to manual mode, hit enter, and then the left and the right are the ones in front of the tires. The rear together and the front are together. That's how that works.
All right, that's good to know.
So you can do the auto level system in here. If you're going to do the auto level, I always want to do it with all the slides in so it doesn't overcorrect itself. So, yep.
Yeah.
Get there, get it off your truck, auto level it, and then put your slides.
Slides on, yeah.
Yep.
It's got a USB port for some reason. Micro SD. Why would I put an SD card in there?
This is all this is, to break it down for you. This is
like a TV.
This is an Android phone with a fancy cover over it.
Okay.
Okay.
That's interesting.
Everything's Android based by LCI, but it's Apple friendly. I encourage you to do all the leveling outside so you're aware of what's going on.
Oh yeah, I can't imagine leveling. Okay, I have so much stuff, even though about half of my stuff is still already inside. This was the extra stuff, and they brought a forklift. Crazy me.
Not get paid, then do the job. It was my idea, by the way. Let's just get that on camera. Hey,
it's kind of sad that I needed. I believe this is where I'm going to set up. I do not have my checklist because I took it off and I put it in the hold of the other place, and I don't know where the guys put it, so hopefully I will remember what to do, and it's a whole new thing. So, but the worst part, I hope, was the parking, and hopefully I survived that. Yeah. Oh, there's nothing over here. Let's see if the storage space on the other side exists. Okay, you can see I had a lot of stuff. No sitting down for me. The original furniture is all in there. The pets are in there. Stuff is in there. And now I'm ready to call it home sweet home. Okay, check out this pantry. It's approximately 4 to 6 inches deep, so you can really just put one row of most stuff in it. I'm still working on shrinking my stuff to fit in the new RV. Another fun day for Cindy, but I did it to myself. So I am at Avera, which is the name of a healthcare group out here, and I am at their urgent care, ortho urgent care, because yesterday, going out of the new rig backwards, I caught my foot on the bottom step, which thank God it was the bottom step, and I threw myself backward onto the ground, and my back is killing me, and I have so much to do. Plus, I have a shoulder issue. I am just falling apart. Hopefully, they will be able to glue Humpty Dumpty back together again. If you've watched any of my videos, you know that I need a village. I really do. And so here's part of my village in Sioux Falls. And only part, although you've seen some of the people that I've gone to breweries with. Look at this. Here's the desk that Nancy helped put together. Nancy did most of the work. Well, it was too high. If I put my iMac up on the top, I had to stare up toward the ceiling. So I thought, I am just going to take my Dremel and I'm going to cut into it so I can drop my computer down, and it will sit on the bottom part of the desk and fit through. And it did, and it does. Look in this picture. It's beautiful. It's just the way I wanted it. I have my big mic, which I'm using right now, and this is also before I got my new furniture, but you saw the computer and how that looked. Look at the mess. Yes, there's always a mess. I don't know how not to have a mess. I'm going to work on that. That's a good video. How to not have a mess in your smaller home. I've been working all day. You know, you look at this and go, working, doing what? But seriously, it looks much better. It still looks horrible, but it looks much better. I've emptied like 3 boxes. I've got stuff in these red top bins for the animals with labels and everything, and wash clothes. But I'm getting there, slow, super slow, but steady wins the race. Okay, this park in Sioux Falls, Tower Campground, has really wide sights, especially toward the back end. The only negative, you're right off the interstate, but look how beautiful. This is like truly being in a park. Okay, I had to get rid of the old shower head because it was ugly and gross, and I got myself a new shower head, and I really like it. It makes a big difference, and it's prettier too. Not that that matters. Scooter works really hard and has a family with 2 small children, but he gave me a whole day. My nephew Kurt, I like to call him Scooter, came to take apart the other part, and I was supposed to videotape this, and I could have because he wouldn't really let me do anything. He got that part apart. He had to really work to do it. Then this part, and then the big corner unit was stuck together, which I'm sure I have a video of, and he determined that the mattress comes off the seat and then the top comes off of the bottom. Is that brilliant or what? And so he pulled it apart, and it worked. I am impressed. I thought I was going to have to live with a corner unit in here all the time, but I don't have to, because Scooter saved me. He's out there in the back. Oh, there's part of Scooter. I could not have done this without him. Look at all that space. Yes, I'm going to do something with it, but not too much. Oh, and here comes Espresso back inside. So Scooter got it all out through here. And it's on his trailer. He brought a trailer and a truck. Espresso having a good time. Oh, look at your muddy feet. Very, very impressively cool. So the guy just left. I'm going to check and see how far I have to pull this out for it to, go back. It's a rocking recliner with massage heat. I'm very excited. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was informational. I hope it was kind of fun in places. I am now in the new RV, and I really like it, but there are definitely things I miss about the reflection. But that's kind of how people think grass is always greener. But really, I do like this RV, this fifth wheel momentum. And I know that the more I use it, the more comfortable I'll be with it. Might have gone a little big, but I'm not going to go big, go home. I'm going to go big, stay on the road.